Hey guys, Tum here, bringing you a NHL 14 GM mode commentary for the Tampa Bay Lightning. In this video, we will go over our team, what we need, what we have, our prospect pool, and our draft needs. So to get started, let's go over the settings. Okay. Superstar skill level, yeah. Hardcore simulation, 20 minutes. Only want it for 10 years. I think that's the perfect length. Um, Hard. Waivers off, they're just really annoying and they stop the simulation. Authentic cap penalties, no, won't bother with that. And classic. GM firing, no, because I will probably get fired if there is. Let's see. I think that's it. Yes, okay. Yes, hard. Yeah, that looks right. So the Tampa Bay Lightning are a very overachieving team this year. Um, they have a ton of young guys showing up for injuries and just lack of depth. Um, so we're going to take a look at our depth at each position and determine what needs we have. Let's see. TB. There. Okay, so let's go right into contracts. And we will start off with our goaltending situation. Let's see. Okay, so we have Ben Bishop, 26 years old, 84 overall, which is, serviceable. It's probably the lowest I'd want for a starting goaltender. Um, but he's 26. I believe he turns 27 midway through the year, so he's pretty much reached his cap. I'm fine with Ben Bishop for the first couple of years, but we definitely want to upgrade our goaltending in years 3, I believe. It's probably the best bet. Anders Lindback, oops. I mean, he's not bad for a backup. He's still gold start potential. I mean, he doesn't really demand a lot of money, so I mean, having him as a backup for a while wouldn't be a bad thing. But our depth and prospect pool for goaltending is really bad. So I think that's something we'll want to address with the first year's draft or the second year's. But I think it's our number one um, need for our prospects. Okay, now defenseman. We have Victor Hedman, who's also, I believe, our youngest defenseman. Oops. Yes, he is. So that's great. So he's our youngest defenseman, has the highest potential, and yeah, he's also our highest overall. Let's see, he's two-way defenseman, yeah. So I love two-way defensemen. One thing we do have to address is our age for our defensive core. It is awful. Sammy Salo, 39. Olin, 37. Eric Brewer, 34. All these guys, I mean, 1-2 years left on their deals. Yeah. Oland, I believe, retires after this year. Salo, he might be someone we want to trade at the deadline to a contender, maybe for a first round pick if we could get that. It'd be hard, but we could try. Eric Brewer, he's only well, I shouldn't say he's only 34. It's pretty old, but he's only got 2 years left, so we might want to move him at the end of this year. Matt Carl, we're paying him $55.5 million a year for 5 years, and he's 83 overall, 28 years old. Had he stayed at 85 like he was, I'd keep him, but I think he's someone we'll want to move when we retool in a couple years. Keith Ollie, he is someone we'll want to play in the AHL this year because he, I believe, is our second highest potential player. He's a defensive defenseman, which we definitely need, especially on this team. And Gudas. I believe he's listed as a top 6, but I don't know if I want to play him in a top 6 yet. I think having him and Ollie on the top line pair in the AHL would be the best bet. I just don't want to stop his development. But that's definitely an option. In the system, let's see, what do we have? Kokioke. I'm probably butchering that. Kokioke. He's I don't know. This guy, he always takes a long time to develop, and he's got quite a bit of trade value, more than I think he should. So I think he's definitely someone we want to move, either the end of this year or next year, because there are prospects out there with the same trade value but better overalls, and they develop quicker, and I just think it's the best bet. Nikita Nesterov, same idea. I mean, although he is 69 overall, he might turn out to be something. We might want to hold on to him. But to me, Kokioke and Suster, if that's how you say it, I mean, they're expendable at this point. Not only that, with Suster and Brian Lee, they're getting paid a combined like $2.5 million to play in the AHL, which we don't need. Luckily, they're free agents after this year, but definitely could use them as trade bait. Now, right wingers. Let's see. We have quite a bit of depth at right wing, actually. Nikita Kucherov, he will be a staple for us in the future. In fact, he'll probably play on our NHL team this year. 4.5 green star potential. I mean, that's the same as Jonathan Drouin. He has really good stats, like offensive awareness already 88. Ridiculous. Richard Panik. Yeah, he's only 22 years old. He's a sniper, which I love. We could definitely use him. Great depth player. Might develop into, possibly a second liner. Hopefully. Ryan Callahan. The problem I have with Ryan Callahan, he's 87 overall, so you almost want to play him on the top line, especially considering we don't have really good top line wingers. The only problem is he's a grinder, which I don't really. I mean, I'm not opposed to playing them on the top line, but I just want that top line to be full of offense, especially since Stamkos is there. But on the same side of the coin, having Stamkos there might make him better offensively. So his position on the top line might be interchangeable. Might be able to switch him between the first and second line depending on how well he does. Teddy Purcell. Look at this. He's 84 overall. Actually, let's check out his season stats from the last couple years. 36 points, short season. He had 65 points, so yeah, okay. But Teddy Purcell is getting paid $4.5 million. Meanwhile, the former captain of the New York Rangers, who is arguably a better player, is getting paid less. It's just, I don't understand it. But I mean, he's a playmaker. We'll play him on the top line for the first year. And hopefully Kucherov maybe is developed enough by then to play on the top line. Crombeen. We're paying him $1.1 million, and he's a borderline fourth liner. he'll more than likely play in the AHL this year. He's a grinder, not great defensively, nothing special. In the system, Brett Conley. He's a sniper, green star potential. It's ideal, but he doesn't really develop to much. I've seen him get up to 82, and that's pretty much where he tops off at. And he has really good trade value. And we have needs that aren't the right wings. We have enough right wings, and he's definitely someone we're going to move. And besides that, we just have some depth. But right wing's one of our stronger positions, so that's fine. Now left wingers, this is where we lack depth. We have two left wingers on our team. Andre Palat, who he's kind of like another Brett Conley. He's a year older, so that's why he's set 81. A little worse potential. Better defensively. I'd say he's got better puck skills too. Platt, I wouldn't mind keeping for the first couple of years just to see if he turns out to be anything. And depending on how much money he wants. But, I mean, again, could trade him for a defenseman prospect. Lots of things we could do there. Ryan Malone, he's a power forward, which I like. We're paying him $4.5 million as an 82 overall. 33 years old, so that potential is going to continue to drop. Defensively, he's all right. He's a perfect third liner, which I think I'll use him on the third line. Let's see. In the system, we don't really have much, but Adam Ernie, is that how you say his name? He's 18 years old. Don't have him signed. Probably won't sign him till next year, where he becomes about in the 70s, so we'll play on the AHL team. But I've seen him get up to an 86 overall, so he could be one of our main depth players at the left wing, which would be great. And besides that, we have a lot of depth in the AHL, but none of them are really outstanding and don't have high potentials. Now centers, main roster. Okay, so we have Steven Stamkos, one of the top players in the league. We got him for how many years? 3 years. And by 2016, we'll be probably paying him between 11 and 13 million. So he's going to command a lot of money, but he definitely deserves it. 23 years old. I mean, look at these stats. 5 stars in all the best offensive categories. And he's a guy who had a 60-goal season. We definitely want him on our team. We actually have quite a bit of depth at the center position. Tyler Johnson. Yeah, he's pretty good. I mean, having him as our third line center, I mean, couldn't really ask for much better. He's still developing, only 23 years old. I'm definitely for playing him. He's gonna want to get paid a little bit, but that's fine. If he produces, I'll pay him whatever. Tom Pyatt, nothing special. Don't know if he'll even play on our team. I'll check out free agency, see if there's anyone there. But Filppula, okay. He's 29 years old. We have him for 5 years, so that'll take him up to 34. So it's actually the best case scenario, and I don't mind paying him $5 million. Don't know if we'll move Filppula at all. We might see if he'll sign a lesser contract in 2018. But I do want to find his replacement because he is our second line center. I mean, he's a perfect second line center. Great offensively, good enough defensively. I love that 80 face-off rating. It's actually pretty hard to find good face-off takers. Nate Thompson, great fourth liner, 80 face-offs, which I love. And in the system, okay, so we have Jonathan Drouin, who I believe was a left winger, but they updated him to a center. I probably won't be using him as a center. I'll use him on the top line with Kucherov and Stamkos, and he should be ready by next year. I mean, should be an 80 by next year, I hope. And what's great about Drouin and Kucherov is they will develop quickly, and we'll be paying guys, they'll be like 86 overall, and they'll still be on their rookie contract for, a year. And then we'll have to give them the money, and that'll be hard. We have Drouin, Kucherov, Kucherov, Stamkos, and Victor Hedman. We all have to pay. That's not including a elite goaltender that we hope to get. So we have a lot of money we're gonna have to spend. So that might kill our depth. So we're gonna have to draft well. Might have to load up on draft picks actually. Might do that because this year's draft is pretty deep. Namastinkov, I don't know if I say that right. I'm just gonna call him Stinky. He's 20 years old. The potential's there. 70 overall. He's not bad. I'll keep him for probably till his contract's out. Yeah. And if he hasn't developed to high 70s, I'll probably trade him because his trade value is decent actually. I've seen him get up to 86 overall. But I mean that's 7 years down the road, and we want to start our dynasty around year 4, I think. So we'll see. We'll see. Alex Killhorn, I don't think he should be red star potential. I think that should be gold, but that's just me. He's not bad. He'll probably play on our AHL. We'll leave him down there. He'll be good. Play him alongside Stinky. And that does it. That's our team. So needs goaltending, but it's not immediate. So I think we'll look to the draft to do that. What was the other one? It was left wingers. Yeah, definitely left wingers. And defensemen. We don't necessarily need an offensive defenseman, especially once Drouin and Kucherov are ready, because I think our offense is our strongest point. But it definitely doesn't hurt. What else? I'd say that's it for our immediate needs. Let's look at free agency. See if there's anyone here. Ian White, it wouldn't be a bad pickup, especially with our defensive depth. But $5 million on a 1-year deal. I mean, yeah, I guess if he only wants 1 year, but I don't see it being worth it at all. Wolski, let's check him out. Don't like that defense. No. Chad LaRose, on the other hand, I do like Chad LaRose. He's got defensive stats. Have him as a 4th liner. Replace Crombeen. So I might actually sign him. Only 1.2 for 2 years. Let me check out the potential players first. Linus Olmark. Wow. I actually will sign him right now. No other teams are interested. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Play him in the AHL, see what he turns into. He's 26, so this is last year to get good, so we'll see. Anyone else down here? If their overalls were higher, I wouldn't be opposed to signing these guys. No, I don't need them. But Chad LaRose, I'm just gonna sign. I think we could definitely use him. No other teams are interested. That should do. And finally, goaltenders. DiPietro, no thank you. Definitely do not want him. McCollum, Pickard, Irving, no. None of these guys. Although we do want an AHL goaltender. Yeah. Don't know if I should trade for one. It's kind of pointless. I might just sign this Leland Irving guy. Yeah, let's get him. Okay. What else? Oh, right. While I'm thinking of it, I have to turn injuries off. I always forget to turn injuries off. Gameplay. I think. Yeah. Maybe not. Where is it? No, it's under rules. Okay. There. Now let's look at our lines. See how. Actually, no. I'll sim through preseason just so we can get those guys signed, and then we'll check out our lines. See how we do in preseason. Let's see. Let's see. 40 wins. Don't hold your breath on that one, buddy. We'll see how it goes. My worst nightmare is that we will just miss the playoffs and we won't have a top 10 pick. I want a top 10 pick. Let's see. Okay, goaltenders. Believe we want to look at Canada. WAHL. Edmonds. Yeah, actually, let's do that for 6 weeks. I never want to just miss the playoffs. That's awful. I think what you get a 16 overall pick in the draft. Oh my, come on, Chad LaRose. Oh, my roster's full. Damn it. Extremely happy to accept your offer. Okay. Stop simulation. See if I can trade some guys. Okay, so maybe we can't sign Chad LaRose. Maybe that's just something that's not going to happen for us. But you know what? That's fine. He might make our team too good. That would be awful. What is it? Wow, 3-0-1. Okay. That's not bad for preseason. Not that it means anything. You could lose all the games and still win the Presidents in the regular season. It amounts to nothing. Hopefully. We haven't lost in regulation yet. Nope, still whole preseason we didn't lose in regulation. Wow, Boston and Chicago first thing. They're away games too. 2-game road streak against two of the best teams in the league. Okay, that's fair. No.